Okay, so let's look at the extra features of Advanced Ultimate Form Pro and how we can create a booking form. So first of all, we will add the advanced form to our page. Okay, so we have the form. Now in the settings, we want to show the title, etc. You enter your public key there for reCAPTCHA and the email address for your site, and whether you want to send a copy to the submitter and the name of your site here. Let's call it site for now. Okay, so we want the phone to be required. We don't want to show the subject field, so that's now gone. We'll let it show the mobile field, but we'll not have it required. Then we want the address, line 1, 2, town, city, country. Now we won't worry about the country field because it'll be only people booking in our country. And the zip, and we don't want the company. And then we have the next feature. So now we have all our address details on the left hand side, and then we have the message, comment, and then we have our right hand side. So we're going to have this as a hotel booking form to start with. So let's make it, the date prompt will be the arrival date, and we want it in the format DD and Y and the day, and the start date we want it to be 1 day from today, so they can't book today. But we want them to be able to book from today and up to a year in advance. If we want them only to book up to 6 months in advance, then we'd add plus 6M there. And then the maximum view, so we'll leave that on 4, which means it can go right up to centuries and millenniums. And the date picker start view we're going to leave on 0, because we want that to be the current month, show the current month, and we want it to be a required field. And then the date prompt 2 is the departure date, so we're going to leave that as departure date, and again we want that from, they wouldn't depart the same day as they arrive, so we want that 2 days ahead as the minimum date and up to a year ahead, and again we want it to be a required field. Then the number of people, number of guests for the room, so we want that. If we didn't want to show that, then we could just remove that and just show that. And then we want them to, that's going to be a required field. And then we want the facility type, so we're going to have room type, so they would put superior, double bed, whatever. And the gender field we don't want to show on this one. We don't want to show the website URL or the Facebook page or the LinkedIn page, and we don't want them to put any attachments, but we will have them show the accept terms field. Now if you don't want to show a privacy, that's easily remedied. You just go to the privacy, go to the link and remove the link, and then simply delete the privacy policy, and then they just have to accept the site there. Okay, so that's our form. So if, we can then, if we want, add a background, so we'll pick a background image. Let's pick a hotel image. Whoops. Pick anything. Eventually arrives. Okay, let's pick, let's have that one, shall we? Okay, so now we've got that, and we want that to be Let's have a little bit of padding on the top, a little bit of padding on the bottom. We want that to be a parallax image, and we're going to make the, there we go. Now that will make that white, it'll show up better. And we can make that bold, and then we'll make this one white. Okay, and then what we'll do is we'll put a space there we go. So now we've got our form. We can change the colour of the button there simply by going here. Change that to nice green. Okay, so now we've got our message, our form, and it's all ready to go. So if we preview that, now we will get an error message because we haven't got any Google recapture details we haven't entered yet. But we can now see what our form looks like. And if we try to submit it, then we're going to, on our required fields, we will get the messages to say we need to enter the relevant details. Let's just refresh the form again. Okay, so now if you look on the arrival date, we've got the arrival date, departure date, number of guests and room type. And we could have changed that contact form to read, let's do it now. Room reservation form, and then we could add some details in there as to what we want them to enter. So let's just preview that again. Okay, so now we've got their name and details on the left hand side, any comments, and we've got the arrival date, and they can pick that from the date picker, and as you see that starts from one day from today. So we'll say we're going to pick the 10th on the Wednesday, and they're going to depart on the Friday the 12th. So that's the dates they want to book. How many guests? So we'll say it's going to be a superior bucket. Okay, and then they would click the site terms, and then they would click to send a message. Okay, so there's our room reservation form, and that's how easy that is to complete. Now let's remove that. And now instead we want to use that form to create a reservation. Oops, we've got it in there twice. Okay, we want to use it for a reservation for a court. So in our community centre. So we would fill that in like that. There again we would select our field. So this time we will say so we fill this bit in, obviously. We don't want a subject field. We will have the mobile, but we'll make it not required. The address details. We can make it so, we don't need to have the address. So we're just going to show the name, email, phone and mobile cell, and we don't want the company, and we want the date field. So we're going to say here date required is the date that we want to book it. So that's now changed to date required. Again, we wanted to go from one day ahead. and an end date. Say we only want this to be able to be booked up to 1 month ahead, so we'll put plus 1 month. And we don't want the second date field because it's just a specific date. Then the number of guests, we could change that to number of players. Oops, didn't want to take that. Let's try again. Okay, and then we could change the facility prompt to how many hours do they want to book it for. So they would then enter how many hours. Okay. So now let's go down. So we've done that. We don't want the Facebook page on there again. We don't want LinkedIn. We don't want the website. We don't want any upload attachments. But we do want them to accept the terms. We'll have a background image. Let's have find an image. So let's use that one, shall we? Okay, and parallax has to, there we go, top padding, bottom padding. Okay, so let's change this time. Let's have it a nice bright yellow, centered, and we'll have that one like that. There we go. So there's our form. Oh, we don't want the gender on that one either. So let's take the gender out. Okay. Oh, we don't want the company name either. I thought I put that out. Okay, so now we've got our form as a court reservation form. So the name, email, phone and cell, any message, date required, and how many hours, and accept obviously, and so on. Preview, and now we have our new reservation form, and that says date required. It says number of players, so we'll say 2 players. Oops. Do that right there. Say 2 players, and they want it for 1 hour. And the date required. Now you'll see now the date required, because we told it now it's only going to go up to a month ahead. That we can only book a date up to 1 month ahead, and from tomorrow. So there we go. So there's our form. So there's as a court reservation form. So now let's create another different form, just so you can see there's so many options here. You can create a standard form obviously, but we're just trying to demonstrate this bit here. So you could have this, the arrival date, you could have that as, for example, you could have that as the date of birth. Okay, we've got date of birth, and then you'd want the start date to be minus 100 years, and you'd want the end date. Say you're only accepting people over 18 years old, then you would have that as minus 18 years. Okay, so now we'll say we're only going to select one date field, and we'll just create this as a normal registration form. So you'd have your take out the subject, we'll take out the mobile, take out the registration, the addresses. We don't want a company, so we're just going to have this as just a quick registration field. So your form, your name, your email, your phone, any message, your date of birth, and then you could put in for the next section. We don't want that, the second one which we've taken out. Instead of the people number prompt, we could put in their profession. So then they would enter their profession in there, and then we want the under facility type, we could put something else. We could put in membership type, and then they could enter their membership type that they require. And we don't want the gender, or the website, or the Facebook, or the LinkedIn. We don't want them to upload attachments. And there we go. So there's our new form for the registration. And if we change the top to registration, oops. Oh, can't spell. Registration form. That's right, isn't it? Okay, so now if we preview that. Okay, and now we'll see on the registration form, the date of birth, we can go back from December 1999. So it won't accept the date after December 1999 and the 30th, because they would be less than 18, but then they can go back. Now that's a little bit messy trying to get to the date there, so they can go back up and go to a specific year, and up to a century. So you can change the date of birth to start start date, end date, maximum view, start view. So if we make the start view 2, then when we look at our date of birth, we first click in and we get years. So then we can go back to 1960, let's say 1966, July 19th. There we go. So it's nice and easy then to enter the date of birth. Okay, so there's just some ideas of how you can use the advanced form to create anything you want: a registration form, a booking form, a normal contact form, an upload of files form, and so on and so forth. So you can do almost anything now with the advanced form. Okay, so have fun.